Hello, 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 welcome back to the Cat of Ninetails run. We last left off on a very understated cliffhanger. I just encountered Mara in Vault 2. I have a posse of ice beasts with me because I finally seem to have learned to pre-summon my allies. What are we gonna do? Well, basically I have two options. I can run or I can stand and fight. I don't believe Mara has the ability to paralyze me. I do believe that she's got several attacks that can one-shot me, given that I'm a Felid with only 50 health. What I'm thinking would be smart is to use horrible things on her. They are probably the only cast I have with enough strength to take her down. Problem I have is if I cast that, I don't know if they will actually appear, given that every square around me is blocked except one. My understanding is they can be cast within up to 2 squares, so they'll show up anyway. If I have that cloud of allies and I just attack her all out, I should be able to either, to see how the battle's going and retreat from relative safety, especially since she hasn't even seen me yet. That's my plan, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast, and then we'll make another decision. So, summoning horrible things. Committed. The decision is made. Mara is approaching, is physically blocked off by my allies, and I have 4 abominations in play. They are abominations, right? Not something... Yeah, abominations. I can now probably take her out. She's resistant to poison, which prevents me from Mephiticking, which would have been the ideal move right now. I think I'm going to attempt to haste myself, actually. My allies should know to attack her without me telling, so I'm just going to try and haste myself. My hasting succeeded. I assume that means that I both get more moves, as well as move physically faster. If I have to retreat up the stairs now, I am much more confident in my ability to do it. What else can I do to speed up her death? I'm pretty sure slow needs a line of sight. Yes, it does. So that's out of the question. I could go for another round of abominations, just so that if she tries to do something funky, I can physically block the spaces around me. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with another round of abominations. If it looks like I'm being a little paranoid, it's just because Mara has killed me before. And... not just me, but many adventurers. I'm just standing still and skipping turns, because I don't think she's going to win. The ice beast in front of me has no health, so I'm going to retreat off the staircase. She blinked. I'm getting back onto the staircase. She's going to go down. She's dead. Mara is dead. Charms are up to 9. I'm turning off charms at this point. Turning off the old charm. Spellcasting was at 17, I guess, eh? Everything's at freaking awesome levels. I could go with necromancy and summoning. Keep trickling. Oh no, you know what I'm gonna do? Dodging. Can't believe I didn't even turn these on for so long. Dodging, fighting. Yeah, you know what? Forget necromancy. It's good enough for what I need it for now. Let's turn on the survivability options, and it's a shame on me that I didn't consider doing this sooner. Okay, but Mara's down. That's huge, and before all of these wonderful abominations disappear, wonderful abominations, let's go ahead and sick them on the mob. Standing, of course, nice and far back so that I can easily retreat, should I have to. Get off that crucial Mephitic. Maybe get some more ice beasts into the mix. Get my critical hit against a rat, because I am a cat, and cats one-shot rats. If only that were true. Of course, if they did that, then dogs would start one-shotting cats, and suddenly fighting against hellhounds and groom would be a whole lot more scary. Where's the vampire? I didn't even notice it. Let's get it killed. I actually don't think the vampire is visible or something, because my allies don't seem to be doing any damage to it. So yeah, let's just kill it myself. Get some undead allies. Get some get some quite dead snacks. Okay, you know what? That's a good cue to get out of here. Recall, eat, and run. Because nothing is going to stand up against that. What is that slime? It's a titanic slime? Yeah. Let's just get out of here. Okay, so all told, not a bad entrance. Let's try the next spot. Get a little bit of my mana back first. But you know, I definitely want to have those allies ready to go, pre-summoned. 3 should do. 3 will do. Pre-summoning your allies, folks. Earlier floors does not matter nearly as much, but you know, obviously it's the correct way to play. Once your spell power is high enough that they will persist for enough turns to make a difference. And of course your mana is high enough. I mean, if your mana is too low, then you know, then there's no point. Let's pick up at least one of them. I'm gonna drop a bunch of this useless stuff that I'm carrying around with me, such as Amulet of Inaccuracy. Like, seriously, who carries that around? And why am I carrying unidentified stuff? Let's at least check what's cursed, and if nothing is, then, you know, where ID it. Unknown Amulet. I'd rather just at least carry a known amulet. What else is there? I don't need to carry around this cursed string of teleportation. You know what? I'm going to continue carrying around the cursed string of teleportation, because if I ever find a cursed string of teleport control to go with it, that would probably be way more valuable than pretty much any other combination I could be using. Fighting in hallways is just always a bad idea for a summoner. I'm beginning to get a feel for just how true that is. Because like, you're supposed to be out swarming, not, you know, outnumbering and then swarming your enemies, not beating them in a heads-up fight. You can do both, you're just insane, but you know, you can't usually do both. Whoa, fire. Not sure what that was, but I'm backing away from it. Backing away while creating minions, nonetheless. Okay, how's my mana doing? 13 mana is not bad. Would be much happier if I had Mephitic in place, so I'm gonna get into position to cast one of those. No! That was not the... That was the target. Hopefully I won't die because of that. No, okay, I'm good, I'm good. I'm just gonna get out now. Let's see what comes after me as a result of that clusterfuck I left behind. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Oh wait, that's not an ally. Less cool. Mephitic, and then run. Now it's cool again. It's amazing how weak you are the moment your mana is out or your summons are down. And then how strong you become once you get him back. Uh-oh. That was the wrong button. Don't forget that these guys, they don't get their health back. So any damage I do to them is permanent, so it's okay that I'm not able to get a kill off my initial swarm and then retreating. I'm chipping away at them, and eventually I'll win. Of course, a few Secundrun's Blast ought to speed up that eventually. The number of turns I've had to stop and revive on this floor probably has resulted in new enemies spawning at some point, so gotta be aware of that. But it's much, I mean, so I used to be concerned when I first read that if you spend too long on a floor, it starts summoning extra out-of-depth enemies to fight you. Don't ever let that concern you, because if you're spending extra long on a floor, I mean, yes, if you're farming or something, that's gonna screw you up. But the amount of time required for it to become problematic is high enough that as long as what you're doing on the floor is legitimate stuff, you'll have enough time. Yeah, I'm totally gonna use Resurrect on these. I'll get food later somehow. For now, these are very strong allies, and I'd rather have them available. Ooh, nearly made a big mistake. You know, it's very tempting sometimes to just use my magic skills at, like, melee range, because odds of them successfully hitting me are about 1 in 4, and my odds of surviving, if they do hit me, you know, I'm probably only going to be at 50% health as a result, so I'll have plenty of retreat time. But there's no good reason to actually do it, so, you know, avoid. Yeah. I just realized all of my stats are taking some rot right now. So I'm going to eat a royal jelly to clear them all up. Mostly because I need to eat anyway, and this is killing 2 birds with, well, 1 stone. Okay. In we go. Out we come. More enemies. This is a bad engagement spot for me, so I'm going to back off and hope my allies follow suit. And then summon up a few new allies. This is a much better engagement spot, because we can surround them. Choosing when and where to fight, that's key. Okay, this would be when not to fight. If we were a conjurer, I would be singing a different tune. I'm gonna order my allies to follow me and lay off these guys for a while. And then send them back in. Hopefully something in there will, you know, will come out victorious. Mana is still very high, so no concerns yet. Okay, and we are actually very close to being cleared out here. Okay, cleared. Resurrect everything, and in we go. Another clear. Okay, Vault 2 is beginning to look much more secure than before. I'm really beginning to wish I had a Dispel Undead. I would be so happy with that spell right now. I did it again. I just warned you guys how tempting it is to attack at melee range sometime, and this is what happens if you do. Izul, that's a good excuse for me to run the other direction and start summoning some truly horrible things in case he does paralyze me. I want to have bodyguards. Hopefully... Oh! It looks like we killed him. Good bodyguards. You guard my body very well. You like guarding my body, don't you? You're a naughty, naughty abomination. You have sinned against all mankind. You should be shot. What's my recall? I need to switch that around so I start pressing it. ZJ. ZJ. There we go. Send in the troops. Yaks are always good for an eating. So I'm beginning to get a sense for this, that in general, if you have enough chunks, if you have 2 chunks of non-contaminated food, that's going to be enough that by the time you eat it, the rest, whatever other chunks you have, will have rotted. So if I come to a stack of like 5 or 6, I generally only keep 2 if I'm having weight issues. And of course, this is a huge generalization. If you do anything that's going to consume more or less food, regenerating, magic use, it all changes, but it's a useful generalization, even if it's not 100% accurate. Let's quaff the potions I haven't quaffed yet. Well, just that one, I suppose. And any scrolls I haven't read yet? What's F? Makes me vulnerable and slow. Oh no, that was the slowest probably from the Berserk. But it's all good, because now I've read it, and I won't make that mistake again. I do not have any teleportation ability. That bugs me. Is there any teleportation in the... Not teleportation traps, teleportation tools. Okay, that makes me very vulnerable right now, so I should be very quick to use my blink and my haste as necessary to survive. Let's see now. Notice that I intentionally looked for the wide staircases so I could do this and have a wide berth. The rule of thumb: if you walk down a staircase and have to summon more creatures, you probably didn't take enough with you in the first place. Totally just gonna back away from this. I have enough ice beasts to win that fight straight up. But not enough to catch him and win the fight. I'm gonna risk walking past him and getting sick. Mostly because I didn't want to be away from the stairs. And I didn't want to blink into the unknown. Which is a very real risk. Good lord. That zombie is in the perfect position to irritate. Because I don't trust that... well, we'll kill the skeleton probably, but I'm just going to head south, away from my allies. And the moment I get the message that the skeletal warrior is dead, which I'm still not getting... Crap. Yeah, that's not good. And the wrong direction, so time to proactively summon abominations so that I don't lose this fight. Abominations pretty much means you're going to win the fight, but they come at the cost of food and intelligence, and none of those are good things to lose, so... Notice that I avoided recalling my previous set of summons. It's because I knew, one, that they had a limited clock left on them, since they had been pre-summoned, so they were going to be have the least longevity. Second, I last left them beating up an enemy, that guy, and I wanted to keep it that way. So I knew I was going to have to call new allies eventually, so I figured I might as well just call separate sets. Water moccasin. I can take on a water moccasin. Still have good mana? I still have good mana. Uh-oh. I'm going to put on repel missiles proactively, just in case. And back the heck off, because this fight is rapidly becoming one that I can't control. Not that I can't win, but that I can't control. I can't limit how many enemies I'm going to fight at a time, or where they're going to come from, so I just need to get out of here. Oh, come on. Gotta hate when your polar beast is losing to a slime. Alrighty. I'm limited now to these staircases, which means I can only take a limited number of allies. I think 3 tops, just based on the way they're shaped. I'm trying to get this zombie out of the way, so what I'm going to do is tell everybody to wait and come, and then just summon a fresh 3. Okay. So far, so good. You know, I think of it like that's firing 3 Issekundrun's blasts, except, you know, now I have an army of ice beasts that are revealing traps and stuff. Just being very cautious in my exploration. No need to rush. You don't get any bonus points for being fast. I mean, I guess you get marginal benefits on food, but Lord knows I have enough of that anyway. Okay. Walked into a big clusterfuck here. I'm gonna have to confuse and then step back. I would have rather do that. I would have rather to be able to do that without having to stop and shoot confuse off first, but I wouldn't trust being able to dodge that many. Repel missiles is on. Mephitic the remaining targets. And now just build my army. Just, you know, spreading spreading this massive amount of death in every direction. Let them claw their way through my targets. Are they, like, running away from this mage? I think they can't see the mage because they're clearly not attacking it. Oh well, I can attack it, and that should be good enough. This is twice this has happened now, so if anybody knows, can ogre mages go invisible? Is that like a thing they do? Let me know. That'd be useful. I don't quite feel like looking it up in the crawl wiki just yet. Backing off because we've extended quite far now, and I'm actually at very good mana too. Recall and send him in. Okay. Repel missiles, because this guy's out of range of Mephitic. Actually, I'll just straight up kill him. The thing I love about centaurs, they first appear on like floor 4 or 3 or 6, and now when I'm in the vaults, they're still a viable threat. You know, in groups if I don't know they're there, but still viable. Okay, closing the door. If that dragon wants to fight, he can open the door for me. Okay, now I want to fight him, because now I have enough of an army to do it with, so now we'll open the door for him. I'd rather have the food than a drag. Well, let me take a look at my ally situation. Yeah, I don't have any zombies, so I'm going to resurrect him as a zombie. It's always helpful to have one ally that if you forget to summon or run out of mana, he still is there. The Actuar captains are some of the most dangerous enemies in the game. I wouldn't have done that except that I knew I could close the door in his face. They have high resistance to Mephitic Cloud. Their arrows remain a strong threat even at the end of the vaults. And their speed is great, and they use crossbows, and yeah, they're just if you look at my top 5 lives, I think 2 of them have died to Actuar captains in Vault 8. Or 2 of them have died to Actuar captains, and like 3 or 4 of them in Vault 8, so. Come on, die already. Ooh, wait. More enemies coming. When it's not one-on-one, there's no time for conjurations. Totally just walking by everything here. Or maybe it looks like we're gonna win this fight, so... Hey, I've been here all along! Let's butcher and eat. And continue pushing. Force it. Force it. Repel missiles just in case this guy throws a rock. And then attack him. So as a guy who has pretty much never used charms before, I gotta say I'm kind of taken with the way charms are working. Notice that I keep on closing the door and the vampire keeps opening it. This is working to his advantage, so I'm going to stop doing that now. Because if he's really that desperate, I'll let him into the doorway where I can do this to him. But yeah, as somebody who's never used charms before, I gotta say I'm liking the way charms work. I mean, firstly, at this point in the game, they trained up really fast. And I guess that might be one of the key reasons I didn't like them before, is because I was trying to use them early on, before I had a solid damage output. And they're very much an enhancer, not an original output. I'm going to abjure just in case these are abjurable, but I don't think they are. No, they're not. Backing off because there's like a cluster of them inside there, and I don't have the ability to take them on. Dropping my stealth, it's high enough. Fighting is at 4. Could always stand to go up, but whatever. What's next? Spellcasting and Conj, Hexus, Necro. I guess I'll just keep putting points into summoning. Never hurts, right? Oh, where's my traps and doors? My traps and doors are at 0. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's not good at all. Let's put them in. I don't want to think about how many good runs have been seriously jeopardized and or lost because of failure to notice a trap. Blinking. You know what I should have been doing is hasting. Alright, haste is done. And when the smoke clears, a lot of ugly things are dead. Okay, level up for the win, and I got another life, which means that this Felid is going to live at least another time, for at least another one more life. Okay, well that's just redundant. Anywho, level 15 reached. Given that I've died 4 times and unleveled 3 times, or died 3 times and unleveled 3 times as a result, I might have theoretically been level 16 or 17 by now. So, you know, note to self and all that. And again, I can't recall all of the deaths off the top of my head, but I know at least the 2 most recent deaths were totally my fault. So, again, speaks to the viability of this build. To be 100% honest with you guys, I was expecting to take 3 separate restarts in order to get to Cat of Nine Tails, so 9 lives. In order to get the 9 lives for the Cat of Nine Tails to complete. But the way this run is going, it might only take 2. I doubt that I'm going to manage to get to 9 lives in this run, though, because now the level ups are going to come a lot slower. I would have to reach level 18, which is, I think, the highest level I've ever reached, or 19, maybe. Maybe 19 may in fact be the highest, but basically I would have to go, I would really have to go the distance in order to max out. I don't know if I made it clear in the end after my little rant. I may upgrade to version 0.1, but if I do, it's not going to be anytime particularly soon. It'll be more of an eventually kind of thing. Okay, this guy is actually getting... Never mind, he's dead. Closing the doors. Regenerating my health. And that concludes our time. I hope you guys are enjoying this run so far. I know I am. I will see you guys next time.